relation and to block out conversations and process. And we, of course, would all relate to that mode. But if that's what the student needs, they need to be able to find a space where they can do that. You know, if we restrict them from doing that, then that's going to undermine what they need to do. And they know inside of themselves what's right for them in the moment. So we give them that freedom to configure the space for that purpose, and that might even mean coming outside. So that's the cave. Then we have the campfire and the notion of getting together to hear a guru. You know, and it's a special occasion. We gather together, it's a ritual, it's togetherness time, right? And someone who's got something worthy of saying says it, and we all hear and we learn from that, and we do that. And that's teacher talk at its best, is that. Of course, it doesn't need to be the teacher.
Like you,
it could be the student. Sorry?
Like you.
Like me, yeah. Well, yeah. At its best, everyone's like loving it, and they're all inspired, and it's great. But of course, the problem with schools is, you know, when it's done to death and it's done as a default mode. And David Thornburg talks about virtual campfires, so where the guru is speaking, but it's on tap. And so we do a lot of that. So if a teacher's got an explanation, they'll video that explanation and make it available on the portal. And now the child can kind of be in a campfire, but it's not a face-to-face campfire, it's a virtualized one. Liam from the Design and Tech space will show you later on where we really use that in the Design and Tech room. The student wants to learn how to do something very technical with wood or with metal. The explanation's right there, so they don't need to wait for the teacher to explain it to them. And then of course the watering hole, and I think that's the sweet spot for us, is the watering hole. That's many to many. You know, cave is one to self, campfire is one to many, and the watering hole is many to many. So this marketplace of learning, and that's a lot of what you've seen, is the kids bouncing off each other. We have an army of peer tutors. We never officially gave them that name, and it changes. For maths, the peer tutors will be different from art and from English and music, but in every context, because there's that freedom of engagement, the experts rise up out of the community of practice and are able to troubleshoot. So students know if they get stuck, they don't go to the teacher. They've got four stages. They check within their own selves to see, do I actually know what to do after all within myself? Step one. Step two, is it somewhere there in those virtualized campfires? Is the information actually in the computer somewhere or in a book? Number three, go to a peer and get help from their peers. And only number four, do they go to the teacher. So that's how we try to develop that self-directed learning. So there you go, cave, campfire and watering hole, and really the sweet spot where everyone's activated and there's this multiplying factor that's very hard to describe, is the watering hole. Everyone bouncing off everyone, that magic something that happens where there's chaos. You know what I mean? It's messy and chaotic and organic, but something beautiful's happening in amongst the cracks somewhere. And so there's just some comments as we keep going. We're going to duck into some younger years, year 1 and year 2. Can I ask not to take photos except of furniture?